Hi guys, it's Sonya. I just wanted to bring another video today. We are going to talk about visual motor and how we can work with kids to improve that and the importance of that in play and in learning. So, one of the things we need to remember about visual motor, because sometimes we only think about it as if somebody needs glasses or they can't see very well, but really visual motor is the basis for how we learn everything. So when we're improving visual motor, we're setting those building blocks in place for the skills that we're going to use for reading, for writing, for coordination, for sports, for a lot of aspects of our life. Actually, this is going to sound a little weird, but our last video where we talked about proprioception and deep touch feeds also into our visual system. And while we start to play with kids, and in the next videos when we talk about sensory processing, we are going to talk about how we really, when we see, we actually start to see by touching. So you'll see a lot of times kids will say, "Look at that," and then they'll grab it. And that's because they really can't understand something until they've touched it. So our brain might be able to see it, but we won't know the texture, the depth. We won't learn what it is until we have our hands on it. So it's really important that our eyes are coordinated with our body and our motor movements so that our right and our left sides of our brain can all work together so we can process the world. So one area that I like to use as a way to strengthen visual motor, especially with younger kids, is feeding. So what I'll do sometimes is I'll have parents, when they're going to feed their child, instead of just coming in low to their mouth, when it's out of their visual range, we're going to come in higher, and we're going to make it move around and let the kids watch it and bring it into their mouth, just like the airplane thing. We're going to move it to the side. They're going to turn their head. We're going to move it over here. We're going to move through all those arcs and ranges visually to help coordinate the eyes. As well as with older kids, you can start to spread food out. So if they're eating finger foods or different kinds of cereals or different kind of fruits or vegetables, you kind of intermingle them on their tray or on the table so that they're not just in one little spot, that they spread out. So they've got to look and say, okay, let's eat all of our peas, and they've got to search and find the peas. Or let's eat all of the bananas, and they've got to search and find, oh, did you get all the bananas? Nope, there's some over here. Grab those bananas, and stick them in your mouth. And so as we're doing that and we're making this visual system work harder with our sensory system, we're really going to lay that foundation for some good visual motor skills later in life. So there is a couple of other things that I like to do to improve visual motor, and that spreading things out on the floor, getting kids down into crawling in the quadruped position is a really great way to improve visual motor. It forces our brain to use our hands, and as we crawl, we're looking, we're lifting our head up, we're doing all the things that we're later going to use while we're in school, when we're reading left to right, when we're watching the teacher, when we're looking down. It's the same position. So a way that I like to do that is I'll have families spread their toys out, and there are puzzles or something, and I'll say, okay, find all the ducks, and then they can scan the table or the floor, crawl under things, hide them all over the place, and they can find the ducks and put them all in a certain color bucket or something like that, or find all the dominoes. So little things like that. You don't need to go out and buy anything new. You don't need to do any crazy tricks, but just ways to get kids looking around and looking up and looking to the side. A lot of times we spend, especially with electronics, with kind of tunnel vision, and our vision is from here to here. It's a little bit shorter than our arm length. So we want to get kids out, looking further and scanning the environment, getting that cervical range, and getting that ocular movement as well. So that was a quick video today, just talking about visual motor and its importance. So again, I want to thank you guys. Hopefully this was helpful for you. If it's not something that fits into your life, that's okay. And again, just remember, you are everything that your kid needs, and thank you so much for showing up for your kid today.